Hey there, I'm Drew Nichols. I'm here with LTC Tree and my partner Darrick, cousins. We run the company and we are here today to talk about retirement inflation planning. Hey, Darrick.
Hey Drew, how's it going today? Yeah, we're gonna approach this fun subject of you're retiring in a few years. We've had inflation, enormous inflation since January 2021. What do you do?
Yeah, and we both have degrees in economics, so like we think about inflation all the time, and it's been a pretty rich topic in a lot of people's minds. I mean, we've all experienced it, and we got to thinking, if you're retiring out into the near future, or even 10, 15 years out into the future, we wanted to give a couple really practical ideas that you could use to help plan for that.
Yeah, so inflation has been up about 25% since January 2025, or I'm sorry, January 2021. And so what that means for people who don't really pay attention to inflation is you have 25%, something that costs a dollar now costs roughly $1.25 now to buy the same thing. We all experience it. You go to Costco, a Costco basket used to cost $200. Now it's like $400. We're seeing food inflation is probably even higher, but there's also other types of inflation and energy. That's kind of the foundation of all this. We have inflation in grains and meat and steaks and
Well, and the elephant in
service
the room would be
sectors.
healthcare. Healthcare is the one that's going to be for a retiree very important.
Exactly. And that's kind of more a service sector. Like you go to a restaurant, those people are they're providing you a service. So service inflation has been off the chain. And so that kind of ties into healthcare. What's healthcare doing for you? They're providing you a service. We're a long-term care planning company. We're LTC Tree. And what long-term care is, it's a service. You have to pay somebody an hourly wage to come out to your house to help you cook, clean, bathe, dress, go food shopping for you. That's expensive.
Yeah, and I think it is a service. A lot of people get it confused with more skilled services like nursing or even doctors. That inflation rate's even higher. But for the type of services that you receive for long-term care, while still high, it's not as high as those. So
Yeah.
there's a couple ways you can protect yourself from inflation using some financial products. And that's what we're here to talk about. Full disclosure. One of them is long-term care insurance, which is sort of was one of our founding products here at our company. So we know it really well. We've done tens of thousands of these analyses. So let's talk about that for a second. Long-term care insurance. How can that help someone protect from inflation?
Yeah. So, when you're approaching retirement, most everybody tries to accumulate a nest egg. And your nest egg is your stocks, your bonds, your 401k, your savings, maybe you have some investment properties. And the idea is you want to protect that to use in your retirement or even like leave a legacy to your family. The last thing you want to do is have to start liquidating those assets and pay some stranger who owns a nursing home to the tune of 100 grand a year for 6, 7 years. Next thing you know, your savings is gone. So long-term care insurance is a type of retirement planning tool where you spend pennies to protect dollars. So there's a couple different types of products, just a high level review of them: traditional long-term care insurance and hybrid long-term care insurance. The traditional is like your home, your auto insurance. You pay an annual premium. The coverage is there if you need it, but if you die in your sleep, there's no cash value. Hybrid long-term care insurance is the premium's paid more upfront. So you pay a single premium and it's paid off, pay over 5 or 10 years. But if you never use it, there's a cash benefit that goes back to your family in the form of life insurance. But if you need long-term care, you're going to have, by the time you're 85, an average 55-year-old person buying this would probably have about $800,000 of long-term care insurance that they could use. Thus, if you need, going back to my analogy, if you need long-term care, it comes out of the insurance company's pocket, that policy versus having to liquidate your stocks.
Right. So the advantage to someone who's planning for retirement would be instead of us having to earmark, and I've had clients tell me this, I can't say this is an original thought I had. They've told me instead of us having to earmark however many hundred thousands of dollars for long-term care and keep it in a safe nest egg, that's
Right.
our insurance plan. Now we can take the rest of our money, we can invest it, we can go on cruises, we can do whatever it is that you want to do in your retirement down the road because your care is covered through that insurance plan. So it's just a conceptual way to think about this. it's like a bank account, but you can only use it for long-term care and at a certain rate per month. So that's long-term care insurance. What are some other products and things that people should be thinking about? Let's go there.
Yeah, so there's this kind of old term in financial planning called the rule of 100. For whatever age you are, you want to have about, if you're 50 years old, you want to have about 50% of your assets in the stocks and 50% of your assets in fixed products such as bonds, CDs, also equity index annuities. So I guess the benefit of inflation as far as an investment point of view, the Fed funds rate has gone up from 0.5% all the way up to 5.5% over the past 2 years. That's made these fixed assets more attractive. So you can go to the bank and get a 5% CD where you were getting 0.5% just 2 years ago. That Fed funds rate has made these equity index annuities a good place to park some money, because what they are is it allows you to participate in the stock market. It indirectly indexes your money to stock indexes like the S&P 500, but without the risk of it if the market corrects. And they do that through options, and we can kind of get into that a little bit later. But that's another product we can look at is equity index annuities, because some have averaged 8 to 12% over the past 10 years. Now, the downside is not guaranteed to do that, but it gives you a shot at getting much higher rate of return than 5%.
Yeah, and without having to worry about putting that particular portion, you should still have money invested in the market. We're never advocating someone take money out of the market, put it into one of these, but it allows you to participate in a lot of the upside without any of the downside risk, other than paying some fees, which are nominal in the scheme of things.
Exactly, because a lot of our higher net worth clients, more sophisticated buyers, they're using these equity index annuities as a bond fund replacement. So because bonds have had a really rough market, the past few years. Some bond funds, in 2022 were down double digits, and it's kind of odd to think about bonds losing value, but it's just been such a weird inflationary time the past 10 years. So that actually happened. So a lot of our companies our clients are using these equity index annuities to replace a portion of their bonds, maybe not all of them. So they still have a shot at getting, that 5 to 12% return, but without the downside risk if the market goes the other way.
Yeah, and in the DNA of our company here at LTC Tree, we just are big proponents of shopping multiple insurance companies, multiple products. So we're constantly working on proprietary software and contracts with as many companies as we can to help somebody compare the options. Because like when you're looking at insurance, whether you're looking at annuities, there's going to be a big difference in how much money you put back in your pocket depending on which company you go with at a particular time. So get comparisons of multiple companies would be my big kind of final takeaway.
Yeah, and that's how our company was founded. We founded this over 20 years ago. We founded it on consumer choice. We work for you, not the insurance companies. We'll show you quotes for whether you're looking at a long-term care plan, whether you're looking at term insurance, whether you're looking at equity index annuities. We'll show you at least 3 to 6 companies side by side, so you can figure out which one has the best product for you and your age and your state, because it varies from state to state.
Yeah, so the point of this video, and we hope the takeaway is there are options to protect yourself from inflation and retirement, particularly when it comes to the healthcare side of things, the long-term care, and then the annuities are just butter on top, being able to protect yourself from a bond fund, declining like they did and so forth. So if somebody wants to know more information, tell them what to do and we'll wrap up the video.
Yeah, if you want more information, you want to reach out and learn about any of the products we talked about, just simply go to ltctree.com, fill in the form, call us. We'll be happy to discuss over the phone. And actually, we'll send you information either through email or actually we'll FedEx you some information. We're happy to do that. So if you like this video, we do them every few weeks. Follow us, and we'll put more content out in the next several weeks.
Yeah, I mean, our videos are only going to get better as time goes on. We've been doing this a long time, but selling insurance and producing YouTube videos, they don't necessarily go hand in hand. So we're just going to get better and better. Subscribe and watch us improve.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. See you.
All right.